Hey, it's Paul from howtoplaybassdotcom. This is the second part of Suspicious Minds. Posted the first part a few days ago. You should be able to find it on YouTube or on my From the Songs tab on my website. Like part one, this is going to be taught by guest teacher Gordon Clayton. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Gordon in the coming months. Before we hand over to Gordon and pick up where he left off from lesson one, if you're not already a subscriber to my free monthly, you can click the link. It's underneath the video and head over to my website and sign up. As a thank you for signing up, you'll get a series of song tutorials, video and PDF format over the next few days delivered via email. Also, there's a monthly song tutorial, again, video and PDF format. All that material is exclusive to people who sign up, and all it takes is your email address. So click that link underneath the video, go and do that, and then come back here and we'll rejoin Gordon and we'll crack on with part two of Suspicious Minds.
This is the chorus to Suspicious Minds. I'm just going to take you through the bass part. These are all, the first four bars is all eighth notes, and the majority of it is you're just playing quite constantly. We've come from the rundown of, we played the B at the back end of the verse, where he plays. And then this is leading in, that's the last thing we showed in the last part of the tutorial. We're now going to go through the chorus, which again starts on C. He plays C to the G twice. That's the first two beats. There's then a run from C, B, A, and then an A flat leading to the G note. That'll sound a little bit strange, but because it's going to resolve, it's just a chromatic note that's going to sound fine once it resolves. So you've got this for the first two beats, sorry, for the first bar. And then you're going to resolve to G, so you hear it sounds all right. I play that A open, all the A's in here I'm playing open, so the tablature will show you. So you've got fret 5 there, but I'm playing it open, and you'll see that when I'm doing the I play along to the play along as well, and everything else. I won't stop and point out every open A from now on. I'll just, you'll see that they're open and that there'll be fret 5 on the tutorial. So this is the first bar. Going into the G, and then in that bar we've got the G here, and this is quite a common thing that we've talked about in tutorials before, something I teach students a lot, because this shape here of playing the root, the fifth, and then the octave, so that's G, D, and G again, is really good for bass players because you can get a lot of mileage out of it, and it'll always sound good whether you're playing over major or minor chords, because you're not playing the note that defines it being major or minor. You're just playing the root and the fifth, and then the power chord, sorry, the octave, which would make up a power chord. So I'll take you through that bar. He plays root, fifth, octave, and fifth again. So you're playing G at fret 3, D at fret 5, G at fret 5 on your D string, the note that we started on in the tune, and then back to the D at fret 5 on your A string. And that's your first two beats, 1 and 2, and he then bounces back to this higher G and plays the D again, then the G, a low, and I play an open A to lead into the next bar. So I'll play that in its entirety, that bar. Play that again, just a bit cleaner. And as I hit that open A, I'm going to move to B at fret 2, because it's the next chord in there's a B minor. First two beats again is all root and lower fifth, so you're playing B at fret 2, F sharp at fret 2 on your E string, and that happens twice, 1 and 2, and so it's B at fret 2 on your A string, F sharp at fret 2 on your E string, and you do that twice. He then plays B twice, I play an open A, and back to B. So that last two beats, two Bs, and open A, and back to B. So it's fret 2 twice, open, and fret 2. So play that bar. The next bar is C, which is just a semitone up. And what happens here is he plays the C and the G, and then C and C sharp, because we're going to go into the D. So I'll play again. C at fret 3 on your A string, G at fret 3 on your E string, back to the C, and then at fret 4 you're going to play C sharp because it's going to lead the next bar. I'm going to play the D now. I'm going to play D, an open D. I'm going to switch my finger from finger 3 to finger 4 here, because I'm going to play fret 1 leading into the next bar, which I'll play the bar in its entirety now, because we're going to play fret 2 on the D string at the beginning of the next chord for the E minor chord. I actually play that in a different position, but we'll stick to the tab here. So you've got C, G, C, C sharp. There's the D, open A, D, and then the E flat leading in, because we're going to go into the next bar. I'm going to play that without talking over it now. And then we'd be onto the E, because that just leads nicely into the E. We then play E, and this is where you just have a slight rest. Everything else has been constant eighths so far, and he plays 1, and he leaves a rest on the and of beat 1 on the E. And then plays an open A and a B flat to lead us to the B. I'll break that bar down nice and slowly, playing E on beat 1, just a short note, just an eighth note, 1, and, so let the and be a rest. And then on beat 2 you're playing the E again, followed by a B at fret 2 on your A string. That's your first two beats. 1, 2, and then beats 3 and 4 is 2 E's, an open A and a B flat. So that bar in its entirety is, because we're then going to play a bar of B, and the first 3 notes here are B's, and the last note's an F sharp of the 4 grouping. The first 2 beats, 1 and 2, and so you're playing 3 B notes and then an F sharp, and then it just mixing these things up with the root and the lower fifth is quite straightforward, but it gets a lot of mileage out of it. It's quite clever how he moves it around. The second 2 beats he plays the B, then the F sharp, and then 2 B's. So I'll play the full bar of B minor, which is, and then he does exactly the same on the C, which you know all the notes in there, because we've done that before. There's the C at fret 3 on the A, and it's G at fret 3 on the E string. You can do this when you're making up your own bass lines and you're playing along to stuff, because the lower fifth or the fifth anywhere, it's always a good note to use because it's in the chord and it'll sound good. So just experiment a bit. I'll play you the 3 bars from the E minor, where we've come on fret 2 here up to the end of the C, because then we've got, you'll see in your transcription notes that you've got a bar with a bracket around it and a 1 above, and then a bar with a bracket on the 2 above. So the first time you go back to the verse, and the second time you're going to go to the bridge. So I'll just be showing the first and second time endings in a second with a bar leading into it. So I'll play the 3 bars before that lead into that. First time we go to a D. I've just played that bar of C, and it's really straightforward. You're playing 3 beats of just all eighths, 1 and 2 and 3 and then he does a hammer on It's very similar to what he does at the end of the second verse, leading into the chorus. To get back out of it, he just plays a very quick note, so it's a quarter note on the end. So that first time bar, it's all D notes, all at fret 5 on your A string is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you go back to your verse of, it's back to that one. So the second time we play the C because we're going to go to a bridge, and we're playing on this C bar. And we descend rather than going up, we go to fret 2, which is a B. And that's the end leading into the bridge. So I'm going to play through all of it now up to the first ending and stop, and then play through it all again up to the second ending and stop, so you can see clearly what's going on. I'll just go through it nice and slowly. That's the first one. Again, this is the second time. So again, right from the top of the chorus. That's it for the choruses, both the first and the second one. Next up, we'll show you the bridge. This is the bridge section for Suspicious Minds. Be really careful here and listen closely both on the original and the backing track when you're playing along to it, because it slows down quite a bit. It's got almost like a 12/8 feel, but if you follow the notation on the from the magazine, it's nice and straightforward to follow. Just be wary that it does slow down. It starts on an E minor, so we play an E at fret 2, which would be good because you've just come off the B here, so it's just a straight drop down from that last bar of the second chorus is, and then you're just going to drop, and as I say, it does slow down. So you play the E here, and that's for a beat and a half, but it's slower than you've found it before, I must stress that. I'll just play through this first bar because you play the E and then it goes from E minor to B minor, and you're playing the E at fret 2 on your D string. We just hit an open A briefly to lead us into the B. So the rhythm is, and then we'll play the B again because it's going to go to C next. I'll play you this bar. Again, so you're playing A, open A, onto the B, a B again, because you're going to go straight into the C. So what it does does there is it plays the C. You've come off B. C here. Same rhythm. So you play the C and then the C again. And open D. And it's tied into a triplet. So I don't worry too much about counting it. I'll just play what goes on there. You play the C. And then the D, hold it. And then play on the back end. So you're playing C. 1, 2, D. So just let the beat on beat 4 fall without you playing. You can see that tie and then play 2 notes after it. So you've got D, and then the D and the E flat, open D, and an E flat to lead into fret 2, because we're going to go back to the E. So I'll play you the first 2 bars nice and slowly so you can see what's going on. We'll go back to the E and play exactly the same as we played the first time. To C again, but this time we're going to go up. So we play the C. I take it with my second finger to the D, and we're going to play frets 2 and frets 4. It's the same rhythm as the previous bar of D, but last time because we were going to the A, we just played open and fret 1 because it leads nicely to the E note here at fret 2 on your D string. This time round we're playing the C onto the D. And he's playing the E at fret 2 and the F sharp at fret 4 because it leads nicely to the G, which is the next chord. So I'll play that, going up, 2 bars leading up to the G, and I'll play the first note of the G. There's the first note of the bar that we're going to look at now. And there's 2 tight things here, so I'm just going to play it for you. Play a G. You let the second beat go and then play the triplets on the back end of that. It's an open A and a B at fret 2. Because we're going to go to C. So you can see how everything's just being linked nicely here with some scale notes really leading up to it. The one on the E flat here is like a nice bit of chromatic into the E, but these are mainly scale ones. So we've played the G, A and B leading to C. The A is an open A and the B is at fret 2. And you're going to play that C for the same rhythm. So and we're going to walk up from 2 and 4 again. So you play the open, there's your C, and then frets 2 and 4 because you're going to go back to the G. Hold that just for 2 beats. So I'm going to play those 3 bars. And then the last bar you can see is changing back to 4/4, and it's just 4 quarter notes, and the song gets quicker again at this point. So you've got, it's going to go into the outro verse, which just repeats a lot, and which we'll be looking at next. I'm going to play you all of the bridge now without stopping. I'm going to play it slow anyway, so I'll try and slow it down even more, but it should be fine just to go through what's going on. So we're starting on this E note here. That's the bridge. We'll look at the outro verse next.